Matthew Fitzpatrick currently leads the U.S. Open by 1 shot. Is he going to win it?
I think he will. Yeah.
RK?
Scheffler's going to win.
Fuck that,
Fuck
dude.
this
Stop. Don't
I
do
love how
that.
anytime someone's good at golf, if it's not Tiger, everyone roots against them.
No, like
That's actually a pretty fair take, but
we've been
I
through this with Scheffler already. Also, my voice is halfway
I was going to say, where'd you
gone.
guys' voice go?
we have
we left it at Ball Arena last night.
Yeah, they're currently gone.
At the bottom of a bottle of Pink Whitney.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mine was more shot here at the bar last night than it was when I went to game 1. Just because I feel like there were so many goal celebrations.
Yeah.
But I'm built different, so it's already back.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are built different.
I tried to not talk.
You
as
got
much
that
as I could.
podcasting voice.
7 straight days. You know, if you never take days off, you just keep your voice in shape.
That's goat material.
What do you do for? Do you do anything for your voice? Like, do you do voice workouts?
I just gargle balls.
Oh wow! Fucking
Nah.
jumping right in.
Fucking.
That will keep your.
He's got to have one
tonsils nice
strong tongue on him.
This man's got one strong tongue. I'm sure we could get some confirmation on that, but I don't think we want to ask that question on this show.
I'm so glad I set this off the rails so early.
Oh, look, we got a comment here. Nick Scott, Rory decides to putt incredibly today and make me lose out on the Cobra wedge. Oh, man. Oh,
that
we have
is
to check.
ass.
I'm going to pull up that leaderboard. I know I was dominating day 1.
Spencer's the king of first day leaders.
I'm the king of early exits.
Dude,
But-
Colin. So my tickets were Colin Morikawa, John Rahm, and Rory McIlroy. And there was a time where that looked amazing. And then Colin blows up on the back 9 yesterday.
Yeah, he shot 77 yesterday and then 66 today.
Unbelievable.
The dude's short game just isn't like. It's crazy because he hits the ball so well. So he really doesn't have to lean on a short game. But if he struggles with like his ball striking, then like it's gonna be a rough day for him.
And I feel like yesterday it was just the wind.
Yeah,
Like, he in perfect conditions, he's going fairway green.
yeah.
but
He
or
hits
better every
15,
time.
16 greens around. It feels like. The only shitty thing is it rained quite a bit last night.
Yeah.
If it wouldn't have rained, we would have seen an all-out bloodbath, which I think would have been electric.
Best, yeah.
Yeah, when the course wins, everybody wins.
Well, speaking of an all-out bloodbath, how about, did you guys see the video of our friend Grayson Murray today?
Yes.
Snapping clubs.
So he's one less wedge. His putter was thrown into the fescue.
Yeah.
Went full psycho mode.
But
I
he ended
love
up
that.
shooting like 83.
Who
I
does that when they're completely out of contention? Like, what do you play?
The
Like,
dude's a lunatic. You've seen all the shit that he's tweeted and stuff.
Yes. Who is he? Who does he have beef with?
Kevin Na.
Oh yeah, Kevin.
And then
That's
their
like- that's like-
fucking
that's
lockers
like-
were right next to each other at the
Talk
US
about
Open.
punching down.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
pick on a dude that doesn't weigh 150 pounds.
So who finished the best this week out of live golf players?
I don't know if any of them even made the cut, to be completely honest with you. There was
Well-
a great tweet from Daniel Rappaport, he's a PGA Tour just, all the time. I mean, he works for him. he works for him, so I get it. But he was like, the live players are an incredible, the incredible 54 over par right now. Like, there was a point where all the players were...
Oh, in LIV,
Yeah,
it's
in
54.
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah.
he had that
He
one
was
in the
waiting
chamber.
for
Yeah,
it.
he was just
Waiting
waiting
for every bogey.
Yeah, watching those bogeys, waiting for it.
I saw one that was like Phil Mickelson just bogeyed to go to like 11 over on his way out of town. Good thing the tour he plays on doesn't require good golf.
Yeah. There was also another one that was like, they were like, what does he do? Or he's about to finish up his final hole of the tournament because it was like a Saturday after 54 holes.
Oh,
And there's so
Yeah, Grayson Murray shot 80 today. He shot 10 over.
Jesus.
So DeChambeau made the cut. He shot 13 over.
Oh my God.
So that's living.
Yeah,
That's living right
he's-
there.
He's living right.
This thing keeps
Sit up in
rising
your
up
chair.
on me.
Oh yeah, that's a riser.
steady riser.
Steady rising.
We got Al helping us out.
Thanks, Allie.
I'm not capable. I'm like, I need a babysitter.
I can't tell if the mics are going up or if they're just sinking lower
Yeah.
into their seats.
Yeah, I do tend to sink. My posture is awful.
We certainly had a night
Yes.
last night.
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
we,
Everyone earned it.
For those of you who don't know, the Avalanche won 7-0. Lots of celebrating happened. Lots of alcohol, lots of yelling.
Yep. I think that sums it up pretty well.
Videos that need to be deleted off Allie's phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst thing.
Incriminating stuff.
Yeah.
Allie,
She
captures everything. You're
Yeah.
never safe around her.
Like, which is cool when it's like a good moment, but not then.
Yeah, it's great once a year
Like
when she
when-
makes us a cute little video for our anniversary of everything we did over the year.
You're like, I'm glad you do that.
yeah.
But every other time you're like, why?
Why are you talking shit?
We're not.
Look back at these memories.
No, he actually just.
20 years.
We're actually,
Well, when I look
You
at my
guys, the
face.
best ones are the ones from the Luke Combs concert.
Oh.
Those are 10 out of 10.
yeah, I was operating on a straight delay, like a TV delay.
Last night the lights were on.
It
Nobody
looked
was
like
home for
Spence
me.
was playing Xbox Live with a lag.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video. Spencer like looks over, just stares for like 3 or 4 seconds, and then answers.
Let's do a little journey back in time as we watch right now. Will Zalatoris and Matt Fitzpatrick are on hole 17. Matt Fitzpatrick is 6 under. We got Scottie Scheffler and Willie Z at 5 under. Hideki Matsuyama round of the day today, round of the
week.
tournament 65. So he's vaulted himself in the top 4. But I want to talk about us really quick because we got this little threesome here today. Of course,
Thruple.
joined by RK. And about 2 years ago, we sat in this exact same spot with this exact same dude and did our first episode. And today is officially episode number 100.
Keep
Big
it
Drive Energy.
100.
So thank
Great
you
job,
to
boys.
all of you guys that have been there from the start, to all the people that are just starting to tune in. We're starting to get awesome guests on our YouTube. We do a live pod every week. We won't have one this week because we're doing it right now, obviously. But every Tuesday, right around 5 p.m. Mountain Time, we go live on YouTube. We'll still continue to do that. There's going to be some changes down here at the DNVR bar, so we'll just mostly be at home for the next couple of weeks. But then once the bars are back reopen, we'll be back in these same seats. So make sure you're tuning into those Tuesdays. We have some guests on. We talk about golf. We talk about other sports, sometimes a little bit more than golf, just because that's what we just get off the rails and then we just stay off the rails. So make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel as well. Big Drive Energy, of course.
Like, follow,
like and subscribe.
retweet.
All right, Scottie Scheffler, birdie putt for the co-lead. He's gonna make this.
He's gonna miss it.
Yep. He's making this.
He's gonna miss it right.
It does look like he's aligned a
It's
little
on the
right.
way. It's on the way.
Oh, left
It's
edge.
left edge.
What a choke artist, dude. Can he? Here's a topic that we haven't talked about. Can Scottie even win anymore?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Summer.
I mean, it's
saying that
been
his
like at
run's
least
over.
a month, right?
Has it been?
I don't know. That was.
Well, there's a point where he won like 3 of 4.
I was
Is he a
kidding.
Dynasty?
Is he done? He won 3 or 4 tournaments.
Yeah,
including the Masters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a dynasty.
Well, and let's talk about Willie Z real quick as we see him.
Dude,
This guy's unreal. Like he
don't
without
get it.
winning
to not win on the PGA Tour and be in contention at every major.
I'm pretty sure now after this week, somebody can fact check me on this, but I'm almost positive that this is his 10th major played in and his 10th top 10. I'm almost positive he's top 10 every single major that he's played in.
That's insane, dude.
Which
And
is crazy.
When I watch him, I don't know. He doesn't, like, if I'm betting someone else and he's playing it, like, he doesn't scare me at all.
Yeah, well, because
And
he's
then
so bad at putting.
But then he
I think he's
drains,
a-
like, 20, 50, like, that's crazy.
I think he's 198th on tour in putting from like 5 to 10 feet.
I'm waiting for him to blow one of these little figure 8 tap-ins that he does, and it cost him big.
Well,
Every
dude,
time I've
and-
seen him do it, he makes it.
Well, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where how many other guys hitting like a 2-footer does the cameraman zoom in like
It's
on their
true.
putter head? So he knows. Like, I bet they get him a good angle right here too.
Well, here's
Loop that puppy.
he's a perfect example.
That looked like a good stroke. Oh, he didn't hit it
my
hard
God.
enough.
No
He's gonna
way,
be sick to his
dude.
stomach about
Oh.
that. Left it just a hair short.
Oh no,
The-
like a 12-footer.
I hate this last group, Willie Z and Matt
Rammed
Fitzpatrick.
that in there.
Yeah, I saw the ball like hop, kind of.
Great,
If that would have popped out,
great
oh my
players,
God.
of course, but I hate them both on the putting green as equally because, first of all, Willie Z is just a complete mess, which I respect because it's kind of me. But fucking Matt Fitzpatrick putting with the flag in, that is...
It does look a little
dude,
weird.
Come on.
But
Like, come on.
I respect like his commitment. He's never like, oh yeah, pull it out. You know, he's just like, leave it for everything.
Yeah, but he's got a chance to take look at
My
the
God.
quick putter pull up. I've done that move so many
He got it
fucking times.
halfway there. Well, it ended up.
Dude, you got the flag in. Why don't you just ram it on the stick?
I feel like the pulling up the putter like that.
Oh,
He's laughing about it.
why
I feel
is
like pulling up the putter like that, you should only do from 20 plus feet.
But
I think it's like an immediate
right when you hit it, and you
reaction
know it wasn't what you wanted.
That's almost like his version of a club twirl. He does it on every putt.
Does he?
It's weird. Like I know when you hit a long one and you're like
You're very
watching it, you have
observant.
time to throw it in the holster.
Yeah, I holster a 2-footer when I pull it left. Just like, oh,
Water all
no,
over
get
my
up.
face.
But yeah, I just can't stand. And there's like 3 holes ago, he was not only putting with the flag in, but he had his caddy pull the flag out to read the putt and then put the flag back in to hit the putt.
That is
I was
weird.
like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But this guy is incredible because I have him. Of course, I don't have him on my card this week. Full disclosure, I did bet Will Zalatoris when he was at 4 under yesterday, and Scottie Scheffler's at 6, so he was 2 shots behind. I live bet Willie Z on the DraftKings Sportsbook at plus, God, I want to say 1,800, 1,700. Let me check here.
I think Rahm wins the tournament if he doesn't blade one into the bunker yesterday.
Oh my God! Look at the action on that thing.
Is he gonna?
Did you see
Yeah.
that? What he did on 18 yesterday?
I did not see that.
Hit it into the lip, right?
So he goes into the bunker on the tee shot, and then his approach shot, he blades it into the lip right back to his feet, and then ends up doubling it.
I
So
was
he
gonna
had
say,
he had a 1-shot lead, and he ended up coming all the way back out of the last group on 18.
Yeah, so I have. I'm sorry, not plus 800, plus 300 was what I bet Willie Z yesterday. So
Okay.
I am cheering for him a little bit. Do we know what is the? Let me check this because there's a chance we're here for a while.
I think it's isn't U.S. Open an 18-hole playoff the next day?
That's what it used to be.
Okay.
If Sunday's U.S.
Dude,
Open.
Keegan Bradley's kind of got like the Phil Mickelson, like the
Strut.
walk and like the thumbs up.
Well, they kind of get. This is like a home game for him. where
Yeah,
he grew
yeah,
up,
he's
and
a Boston
They
guy.
said he had a ton of like family there and stuff. So I don't know.
Well, he was kind of pronounced like the people's golfer. What was it, like 10 years ago? Like just a man of the people?
Okay,
Who would
so
that be today? Max Homa?
Probably.
Max Homa is a legend. He only fired and
What's wrong with that? Why is he looking at it so long?
Oh.
Oh.
skirted it, but he's going to be in great position. So if Sunday's U.S. Open heads to a playoff, they'll play the par 4 first hole and par 4 18th hole, which run parallel to each other. The lowest total score on the 2 holes wins, so it is an aggregate. If still tied, then they go to sudden death.
Did they change that just because it wasn't good for TV? Like everyone's
The
watching, and then you would
18-hole.
tell them to come back tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I think that, and like, remember when Rocco Mediate and Tiger
That
went?
was sick.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
like a-
halfway through the round, you knew Rocco was dead.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You know,
Uh-oh.
oh, don't hit it in the bunker. Get it around
He
that.
likes it. Oh, he's
Fuck.
not gonna like that.
Matthew.
Are we gonna get a birdie bogey
No,
flipperoo
I don't.
on the
Flipperoo.
I
line?
think if anything, we get par, bogey, 3-way playoff.
I want a playoff so bad.
I want a 3-way one. So
Last
bad.
time you guys were on, there was a playoff.
Yeah,
right?
we've had back-to-back great majors and great
After
finishes.
the first, like, every single one we did was terrible.
Yeah.
It was just a snoozer.
The Masters this year was a snoozer, but then we've had great our live show in here in a couple weeks for the Open Championship's going to be quite early, so make sure you all are up for that because that's normally a fucking teeing off at like 2 a.m. our time, 3 a.m.
Get your fucking bangers and mash.
At least the last group will be late, right?
Yeah, they usually finish probably around 11 our time, 10,
10, 11, yeah.
Dude, you guys got to download the Open Championship app, and then you can listen to the British radio call of it, and
It's so good.
Oh, I bet it's
fantastic.
electric.
It is so good.
Yeah, like,
I think, is golf the worst sport?
Look at Keegs. He's
Is golf the worst sport to listen to on the radio?
Yes.
Like we were listening to
it's terrible.
PGA Tour live on the way here on the Sirius, and like the guy's like, he's got like he said, Scott, he's got a 3-footer. It's up. It's towards the hole. It's in. And it's like, dude, it's a 3-footer for par.
Yeah.
Like you really can't make golf is
talk
like,
about like putting lipstick on a pig, like fucking trying to make something exciting that's just not.
No, the British call of the Open though is like, Colin Morikawa stands over a 13-footer with daffodils just waving in the breeze behind him.
maybe you should apply for that.
Yeah, I think
That was actually pretty good. I enjoyed.
No,
that.
I love watching the European Tour, like for a lot of reasons, but the announcing is top notch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, did you guys hear that the DP World Tour? There's a chance it gets bought out by Liv.
Oh my god!
That Liv is about to drop. They already dropped bags. They're about to drop an
Billions.
entire suitcase.
Yeah.
And buy the whole DP World Tour.
That'd be wild,
Jesus.
dude. But like, RK, I don't know if you knew this, but the purses on the European Tour are like some of them are like a fifth of the PGA Tour now.
Oh shit.
So they're like in a lot of cases the winner. Oh yeah, this is always an iconic. Like all the fans.
So they're letting him on the fairway now?
What did you guys think of?
They're letting them
behind the okay.
What did you guys think of the setup in this golf course this week?
real quick. The GP World Tour purses would like probably multiply times 10.
If Liv buys them.
So like if you have European Tour status, you go from making way less money than the PGA Tour to making way more money. So.
Wow.
And then you kind of don't have a choice but to play, you know.
Well, and this is actually the largest U.S. Open purse in history, and the winner's taking home over
three.
$3
That's
million.
is this the first tournament where the winner's taking over 3?
I think so. I think it's the
Or,
first.
well, because I know the players is always.
yeah,
like-
but even the players is like 2.2.
Oh no shit! So that, okay,
I don't think he can go for this.
what's his yardage?
It's got to be upwards of 200, don't you think?
Also, first potential ever U.S. Open winner to have braces.
Yeah.
When he,
Did Francis
As he-
Ouimet have braces in 19?
I don't think those existed.
I guess maybe it's far enough left that he doesn't have to worry about that first lip.
If he's trying to fade it. Well, and I was telling Spencer earlier.
He's
I've-
got a long club. In his
I've
hand.
watched Fitzpatrick like since he got on tour, and he used to strictly play a fade, and now he has completely retooled his swing to hit a draw,
Wow.
and now he's wedging it out.
Is he? Oh yeah, he's all choked up on it too.
Maybe
Big
not.
swing.
No, he's not wedging it out. Never mind.
Oh, my.
What a golf shot!
Wow.
Talk
he may
about
have just sealed it. Although we have seen him
balls the size of church bells.
We have seen him three whack a few holes on 11 today. That was a crazy swing where he and Willie Z hit it to about the exact same spot, and then he 3 putts and Willie Z made it, and all of a sudden it was a 2-shot swing. But
Unbelievable shot.
Dude.
I'd chunk that 30 yards.
I would have definitely thinned it right into the lip.
Unbelievable shot.
Well, it
and
looks
in
like-
all honesty, like coming out of the sand is not ideal, but the fact that he could put so much spin on it right there, because if you're in the rough, there's no way you're stopping it there, you know?
Willie Z with 129 yards to the hole.
Gotta
make 3 here.
He likes it.
He loves
He
it.
likes it.
Alright.
Spin for him.
Oh yeah.
Come down. Come down.
He's gonna get a good read off Fitzpatrick.
Oh man, I thought there was more of a slope there.
What?
There-
Just instant reaction probability he makes that.
20%.
I was gonna say 30.
I was going to say 10.
All right. Well,
Well, we're right in the.
I've always been the optimist.
We're all in the low confidence range.
Law of averages.
Will-
What are the
20%.
chances that Fitzpatrick three jacks?
0.
You don't think so? Dude, he's
done
done,
it
it
twice
like
today.
twice today already with a putt like that where he's hit it like 5 or 6 feet past the hole.
Yeah, I
and missed
mean,
a
his
few.
speed hasn't been great, but you know he's going to fucking put all of his focus into this.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to let it like slip his mind. This is to win the U.S. Open.
Right. Well, there's still a chance for me to cash my Willie Z bet with DraftKings Sportsbook, and you guys can start cashing in on bets too, especially hockey fans. There's a final chase for the Stanley Cup, and it's here. DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the Stanley Cup Final, has a can't-miss offer for the most exciting series in sports. We've had the best time the first couple of games for sure. Lightning fans... sorry about it, but there's at least 2 more games to be played in the Stanley Cup, so make sure you're heading over to DraftKings Sportsbook, and you can do same-game parlays on, like last night, even though none of the Avs' big 3, Rantanen, McKinnon, or Landeskog scored a goal, Kale had a couple of goals. You can toss a anytime goal scorer in there with the Avs to win tomorrow night.
Big Val is a great anytime goal scorer, like odds-wise, because I feel like he gets overlooked, but that dude is a horse.
The Haas, yeah.
Like, I love that guy.
Yeah, he is the key to, he is the player that's just benefiting so much off of getting to play with who he does and then just elevating his game into a different realm.
What, 4 years ago he played with the Stars, had 0 goals?
Yep,
yeah.
And 0 penalty minutes. It's like he wasn't even out there.
Yeah, it's insane.
Now he's in on every freaking goal.
Yeah, and he's flying. Like, that dude just flies. Oh, my God.
A thing of beauty.
For how big he is, how quickly he gets around the ice, anywho.
So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code DNVR, and new customers can bet $5 on either NHL team to win the game, and you get $100 in free bets no matter what. That's code DNVR at DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the Stanley Cup Final. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only, new customers only, minimum $5 deposit, restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
All right.
I have that number on speed dial. All right, Matt Fitzpatrick to basically
to
win.
Yeah, if he makes this,
Nothing
it's
basic about it.
game, set, match. Oh, God, sit. Okay.
Oh, man.
So it's in Will Zalatoris' hands now.
It's down to Billy Z's putter.
I love the fact that Scheffler's out.
Yeah, I love the fact that we don't have to talk about fucking Buzz Lightyear winning another tournament.
Dude, he does look like Buzz Lightyear.
Dude,
For Halloween, he should draw that little, circle on
do that with your foot?
His chin.
Just him being doing the Sunday looper, foot off, tap in. I just feel like if you have to make that to stay in, you stand over that thing like it's a normal putt. Although I guess you can overthink it.
Yeah. Lining up like a 6-incher.
Did you guys know Matt Fitzpatrick is top 25 on tour in every single category?
Dude, he's had a great year for not really hearing his name a lot. I feel like if you look just down the leaderboard a hair, he's always top 10, top 20. Let's see how much money he's made this season on the PGA Tour.
Let's see this putt go in first.
Oh, no, I just got it ruined. So lame.
Oh!
My God.
Willie. Look
at that smile with the braces.
I thought that was in the whole way.
Dude, I did too. Never came right. His caddy's crying.
Dude, yeah, Fitzpatrick's consoling his caddy. Talk about a role reversal.
What an amazing championship for Matt Fitzpatrick. Just that wedge shot on 18 was something of fucking beauty.
It really was. How far out did he have on that shot?
I think they said anywhere in the 150, 160 range.
Dude, so look at that. What's his brother doing?
Why did his brother go right past him?
Did he go to his caddy maybe?
Probably.
Oh no, his caddy's over there.
Is his caddy his dad?
Who's your daddy?
Dude. How electric to be his brother. Also, I was telling these guys for the
golf.
Piss off. For those of you who don't know, Fitzpatrick's brother is a top collegiate player in the country at Wake Forest. So there's a pretty good chance he gets out there. Dude, look how different Fitzpatrick and his brother look.
I know. His brother looks way cooler than him.
Yeah. He looks like the most pale,
Mitchell knows that feeling.
I signed the Constitution kind of look.
To me, he just looks like classic Brit.
Oh, for sure. He's never seen the sun a day in his life.
His brother looks like he plays golf at Wake Forest.
Yeah. How cool is that, though, man? I'm so happy for him.
He is pretty pale for a dude who spends his entire life outside.
Yeah, he's got that SPF like 80. He's like a vampire.
So
who are all these people?
Yeah, dude, he's got a
Rory, all the
there's Rory.
See, in that this is a hill I will die on. I would rather party with the European Tour guys than the PGA Tour guys any day of the week.
I mean, that's probably not a hot take. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a hot take or not, but those dudes can drink.
Wow, let's watch this. I need a different angle of this because this angle.
It looked
looks
like
in
it was
the whole
going.
way.
Yeah,
Even right there, it looks like it's in.
yeah.
the last 5 feet, it looked like it was going in.
A foot short of that looked right in the center. Where's the ball?
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Oh my God, dude.
So what? You got a phone update, right? That said, like, what's his?
It said, yeah,
Matt
I got
Fitzpatrick wins the US Open.
Exactly.
That
yeah.
sucks. I
yeah,
never look
hate-
at my phone down the stretch, especially if you're streaming like illegally.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, that's what like.
It makes me turn the sound off because I'll get a notification.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's. Well, I was like when I watch the Rockies, I always have to stream them, but then like my phone will come up and it'll say they scored, and I'm like, cool.
So he's 6 months older than me, younger than both of you guys.
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Well, so just going back to
Is this his first ever win?
No.
Okay.
going into so he's currently.
Oh, I
ranked-
guess on the PGA Tour technically. He's won a lot in Europe.
He's currently ranked 28th in the FedEx Cup. So, just to go through quickly, basically all of his main stats: strokes gained off the tee, he's 10th on tour; approaching the green, 25th; around the green, 18th; putting, 22nd; tee to green, 5th; strokes gains totaled 2;
Wow.
scoring average 69.33; 4th overall on tour.
And
Just-
in 14 events this year, he's got 7 top 10s. So
Dude.
the dude's low-key a machine.
He's really flying under the radar though. Like I feel like the average golf fan didn't
For sure.
wasn't privy to his game at all before today.
Yeah, and like if you watch him swing it, his swing is so efficient.
Yeah.
It's so repeatable. Like he rarely makes like a really wonky swing. It's
That
very
reminds me of Cantlay.
a little Well, talk about a dude that's just disappeared.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He was the best golfer by a mile in the entire world. Like
Remember that
For a
Cantlay
2-month stretch.
Playoff last
and
year?
Cantlay just stepped on DeChambeau's throat.
Yeah,
I fucking love that.
that was epic.
I think Patrick Cantlay actually had a good week this week, though.
No, I think he's like he's around even. I guess.
T14,
Yeah.
2 over. So, all right, looking at the leaderboard and just like where these guys are numbers wise, do you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys under par? Do you guys like a U.S. Open? Obviously, that's what we expect to see. But in general, do you think that's better for golf, or do you think it's more fun when guys win the Hyundai Tournament of Champions shooting 32 under?
It's better when when par is a good score. But I will say I don't like when they play courses that only have 2 par 5s.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I think it's great when you know, like, okay, he's coming down the stretch. He's got 2 par 5s. There's a chance to, like, make a little move here. Like when Rory's trying to make a move late or Rombo's trying to make a move late. So I'm in between on the way the layout was this week. But for the most part, it doesn't feel – it's not relatable when these guys are just birdie, 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 birdie,
Yeah.
birdie.
Oh, it's definitely. I think in all sport, well, not necessarily all sports, but it's like you said, it's more relatable to watch somebody struggle than just because we all know that how good they are, but
Yeah.
to see them slip up and
I just
3
love
putt
when-
from 20 feet, you're like, oh yeah, I've fucking seen that before.
And I love when they, like, the biggest difference between the courses like today and the courses that we play is when they make a mistake, they get punished for it.
Oh,
like, even the slightest
absolutely.
mistake, Scheffler, like, doesn't clear the false front, rolls back 30 yards.
I
to
loved
his
that.
feet.
Yeah.
But it's like, that doesn't happen on, the courses that I play, at least. And so I like it because it's like, it makes it more real. It's like they have to hit great golf shot after great golf shot, which is what they're expected to do to score well and stay in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I do enjoy when, on the tour at least, I enjoy when the rough is super penal. I think that's an interesting...
You said peen.
Is it peen? Well,
Look
real
at his
quick,
dad.
the
Big time dad
goat.
energy.
But yeah, I think it really separates the field when Yeah, if you hit the ball in the fairway, you're going to have a better shot at making, hitting the ball on the green all the time. But when you watch a course and a guy hits it in the rough and has just as good a chance to hit it close out of that, I love when it's like this, where they hit it in the rough and you're like, holy shit, can I even see the ball?
Yeah.
And can they even make a move towards the green versus like...
Well, yeah, on the par threes, they had spotters putting flags next to balls around the green.
Yep.
Because you could walk around the green and not see your ball in the rough. But yeah, the U.S. Open is... I think it was perfect. Like, it wasn't 4 over par that was the winner. It wasn't impossible. And I think today, if everything would have gone to plan, it wouldn't have rained last night, and the course would have played really challenging today. Like, even par would have been a really good score.
This is the putt that won the tournament.
Yeah, that was huge.
I love the call right before it where it's like, yeah, this isn't very makeable. If you make this, it's your lucky day. And then he makes it, and he goes, I guess it's his lucky day. And he was right.
Well, another thing that Fitzy has going for him, is he cool enough for me to give him like a nickname? Can we call him Fitzy, or is he Matthew Fitzpatrick?
I think he can be Fitzy.
Okay. He celebrates well. Like the double, like he gave it like the double fist pump.
Oh no.
Which, no, you don't like that?
It just kind of
depends on the execution.
Yeah.
Well, like that was what Tiger did when he made that putt at the Arnold Palmer. Like the double.
Wasn't it just the one?
Or that was...
The double was at the U.S. Open with Rocco Media.
That's, yes, okay, in 08.
Torrey.
But he knows, like, there's some guys that just look, like, forced and awkward. He does not look forced. Like, when he celebrates, it's done well.
Yeah.
Well, we've now got a...
Dude, a lot of people like him.
He just seems like a likable dude. And now he's won an amateur championship and a U.S. Open at the same golf course.
Talk about horses for courses, man. And also just you guys talk about this all the time on the pod, and it's so true. When you play well at a course once, you just decide you like that course now. And every time you go out there after it, you just feel better when you're there.
100%. And
when you just see it well, and one of the biggest things is knowing the greens.
Yep.
Because a lot of these guys, this week was probably their first time seeing it, or maybe their second time. This dude... And it's a comfortability factor. Like, when you have played plenty of rounds at a course, look at this dude just mouth stuck open back there. Somebody hit the pause button on his fucking remote.
It looked like you last night.
Yeah. Lights are on, nobody's home kind of look.
Well, I will say I'm kind of sick to my stomach about the huge oversight of not realizing Fitzpatrick won here before and not finding that in research when I made my picks this week, because
you've liked him.
Yeah, I've picked him 3 of the last 5 weeks to at least top 10 or top 20, and if I would have known he won at this course already, I would have been all in. But of course, hindsight's always 20/20.
You're right though. Like with Zalatoris, you just look at him and he's in contention, and you're like, how'd he get there?
And then I feel like the first time they show his shot, he blasts one right. He hit that banana slice earlier today, and I'm like, how is this guy this good?
Right. I think he just hits it close a lot. That one iron shot he hit that almost went in. They're like, he won't miss that.
Yeah.
So that obviously helps quite a bit.
Yeah, but going back to our case point, I feel like every time, in every major, he's in one of the final groups. It's been the last couple of years, but he does get to the point where he finally feels like he has it. Like after 11, he felt like he had it. He was up 2 shots. He just made a huge birdie putt, and then he, cuts one right into the rough where you can barely even see the golf ball. And shout out to
David Johnson,
director of grounds here at Brookline. Can you imagine the stress of the couple weeks leading up to that?
No, because when the course isn't perfect, the whiny ass golfers bitch their faces off.
Oh yeah.
The bunkers were weird. Or the gruff was uneven.
Well, and it's like a thankless job. It's like being like an offensive lineman. Like if it's bad, everybody hears about it. If it's good, that's just what's expected. It's a. I wouldn't say it's thankless, but this is years of preparation.
While we're on the topic of groundskeeping, I got to give a shout out to just Denver city golf courses. I just have always thought of munis as lower, and I've been playing all of them this summer, and they are all pure.
Yeah.
Like Willis Case played there yesterday. It was completely pure. Wellshire played there earlier in the year, completely pure. Obviously, we know City Park is in great shape. I can't get over what a great job they do putting great golf courses out there for us for cheap.
I think all this taxpayer dollars, the influx of all the out-of-staters moving here, paying taxes,
The fact that every tee time's been taken for 3 straight years.
Oh, yeah, that definitely helps. And, a lot of people don't understand city-owned golf courses are predisposed to, they get first water rights. They have funding they're technically, it's like a park, so they have a maintenance budget set aside for new equipment for the but
Makes sense.
And they have done a very good job maintaining it. You go to Wellshire, whatever, their greens are pure. You're
So pure.
rolling so well. They're not long overgrown, they're and I think like you said, the big influx of golf, the fact that tee times are booked every single day has shown the cities that it's worth putting money behind. You know what I mean? Because there is some cities that are I think there was a city that closed a golf course. So,
Park Hill.
Oh,
we
yeah.
closed Park Hill.
Well,
yeah.
Park Hill. How long ago did that close? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I guarantee you if that place is open right now, it'd be booming.
Yep.
If you build it, they will come.
Yep.
100%. There's not a golf course that's not going to have a bunch of customers at it.
Every time I drive by it, I'm like, they might bring this back. Because
Yeah.
I think it's privately owned now, and they were going to build houses on it. They still haven't done anything with it. I'm like, you're just wasting money not having a golf course
Yeah,
out
it's
there
just
right
sitting
now.
there. It's so weird. I'm not going to lie, though. It was kind of a turd.
Oh, really?
It wasn't
the
great.
only one I've played in Denver that I don't like is Kennedy, and that's just an absolute dope track.
Kennedy, I'm not
played
a
it
fan of.
2 summers ago.
You had to walk? Is that one you had to walk?
Yep, we had to walk. I mean, there's a
Day
hole that has
ruined
a
right
quarter
there.
mile in between holes.
Oh, yeah, there is a big stretch between holes. Yeah, it's that very just standard, public muni. That's
and it just wasn't. It was dry.
Yeah.
Couldn't hold anything. Anyways.
The greens are super slow there too. Always.
What I didn't realize is Cherry Creek Country Club, we could see Kennedy, or we could see Cherry Creek Reservoir. It's so weird.
Who would have thought that on a country club named after a creek that you could actually see that creek from said country club? I mean, fucking wow.
I was talking about how close it was to Cherry Creek, asshole.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the creek itself.
I can do it myself, asshole. You remember that from
Anyway, I
Wedding
didn't mean
Crashers?
to just sidetrack us off of Matt Fitzpatrick here.
No, but I do going back to the groundskeeper stuff real quick, just to wrap that up. I think it'd be awesome to be a groundskeeper at a U.S. Open track or an Open Championship track versus a Masters or a PGA Championship, because I feel like they want you get to fuck these golfers.
Yeah.
They're oh,
They want it to be
this is
hard.
growing, cool. Let's let it grow. The rough is it's matted down. Oh, it's 6 inches thick. Let it be.
Did you see the hype video this morning that they tweeted out? I'm shipping out to Boston. They had a whole tent of all the maintenance crew, and they were blaring, "I'm shipping out to Boston."
That's sick.
Or shipping up to Boston. What is?
Shipping up to
Yeah.
Boston, I think.
And then all of them filed out of there to go hop on their mowers, all with the hopes of just wrecking these
Boning
dudes.
these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be fun to just be they'd be you want us to mow the rough today? Nope. Let
Yeah.
it grow. Just keep letting it grow.
But that's the other thing that a lot of people don't realize too is in order to host events like these, the members of these country clubs have to give up so much. I bet I don't even know if they've been open to member golf at all this season.
Wow.
Or maybe well, I guess it's only June. So yeah, I bet they haven't been open to any members. Probably haven't played it since last fall.
That's kind of crazy to me.
But it's for that. Jeez, Louise, my voice. It's for that prestige of I belong to the country club that's hosting the U.S. Open.
Oh yeah, and
Some people
I
just
bet
eat
you they
that
get
shit
like a
up
sister club or something that you can go
for
play
sure.
at.
Where you get rights.
And we
stuff.
also had my buddy on from the Colorado National, or what? Not Colorado.
TBC
National.
Colorado.
TBC Colorado. Thank you. After they had just hosted the Corn Ferry event, and he said that so many members, like their busiest day of the year was the Monday after the Corn Ferry event, because so many people wanted to get out and play
And
the
those
setup.
conditions.
Yeah, with those conditions. All right, so today, as of right now, Matthew Fitzpatrick joins a list with the names Orville Moody, Paul
Classic.
Lowry, Shawn Michael, Michael Campbell, and this is not going to be it anymore. Possibly Danny Willett. What list does he join with those gentlemen? And this is a list that he's on now, but probably won't be on for long.
First PGA Tour wins a major.
Yes. Well,
Nice.
that I guess that's incorrect, but correct. Their only PGA Tour win was a major.
Okay.
So, like I said, obviously his first. I'm trying to find an article that says what players had their first win, but those players I just listed there are their only ever tour victory was a major.
Okay.
Danny Willett's never won anything else.
He's won in the European Tour, just not
that
over
makes
on the,
sense. I bet there's a lot of Europeans.
because
on there.
he's mainly European Tour.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing was, like, a few years ago, because it used to be more of like you're either on the European Tour or the PGA Tour. But a few years ago, they had guys like, I mean, obviously they wanted Rory over here. They wanted Paul Casey. They wanted all those guys. So they made it to where you needed to play a certain amount of events to keep status. But back in the day, a lot of those guys, the only time they would play a quote-unquote PGA Tour event was the U.S. Open or the Masters. Technically, that was like in America. So I could definitely see that, but
All right,
yeah.
I have a golf philosophy question for you guys.
Let's hear it.
So yesterday I'm playing with Henry and Allie and Lexi, and Henry and I decided to do a little Nassau 10-10-10. And
You say Nassau?
yeah. How
It's
do you
Nassau.
Say? Nassau.
I like that,
Nassau.
though.
How do you spell that?
Nassau.
Okay, so you
Like
can see
Bahamas.
yeah, you
Like
can see
Na-
where you go Nassau,
I like that.
like
Nassau.
like luau.
Yeah. That's so good. Okay, go ahead. I'm
A
sorry.
little Nassau, and on the second hole. So first hole, like I don't. It doesn't matter. They were both tapping, so it didn't even matter. Second hole, I've got a 3.5 footer for par, and Henry says I want to see it. So my question to you guys is, when you're the first person who's deciding whether or not, are you going to be more lenient or more strict?
I think we'll have different answers on this. I personally want everything given to me. So I'm like, fucking pick it up.
'Cause you're
in
hoping
the
to
first
get it
couple holes because
reciprocated.
yeah, exactly. And
I'm the same way, but I think from a strategy standpoint, I love giving it to them all day. They don't hit a short one, then like 16 rolls around, and I'm like, I want to see that 3-footer. They haven't hit one all day. They don't feel comfortable over it. You know,
Yeah.
like really test their mettle there.
And I told Henry the second he said it, I'm like, you are setting a dangerous precedent.
Oh, well, exactly. If you have the chance to like set the precedent.
Uh-huh.
the
because-
first time somebody says I want to see that to me, I start motherfucking them and motherfucking myself because I know I'm gonna miss it, and I
then,
know I'm
like,
just gonna be
2
pissed
holes
off.
later, Allie's like, Jesus, we're gonna be out here for 5 hours because you guys are standing over every 3-footer.
Everything. I'm like, oh,
Grinding over.
By the way, I
3-footers.
missed the putt
Oh, and then you're even saltier.
because I had to wait for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, marked it. Then I was like, I want the flag out. It was
Oh.
bad, but it ended up coming back to bite him because I made him putt everything the rest of the day.
Yeah.
and he missed like 2, and I missed that 1, and so I ended up I ended up beating him on the front 9 because of that, and then it was kind of a blowout on the back 9.
Nassau's
Sorry, Hank.
kind of suck though, like from a gambling standpoint, because if you split 9s, it like you could play, and relatively, you know, it all depends on the money. We don't unit shame here, but like 100. If there's a good chance if you guys are close, one of you is gonna win 1 9, one's gonna win the other 9, and then one wins the total. So it almost kind of takes out the two sides.
I kind of feel the opposite about it. I think that there's a decent chance you win the front nine by so much that it's impossible to come back on the back nine anyway, and then you're chasing it, and then you end up losing all three.
But
like I feel like most cases, whoever won all three.
See, for me, I guess it's different because say you win the front nine 5-up, you're not really thinking about losing the match.
Right. So
it's kind of like so you take the second nine off a little bit. Maybe you lose by 1. You know, you still win the overall by 4,
right?
But you're only winning the total. You know what I mean? So that's
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from on that.
Yeah. But I like a good Nassau.
The good thing about it, though, is it forces you... I mean, gambling just in general out on the course forces you to play real golf.
Oh, for sure.
And so then, when you put in your handicap score and all that, it's like true.
We have a dude out at Spring Valley, pretty good stick. Like, he's in probably his mid-60s. And at one time, he probably played like a 3 or 4, and now he's like an 8. For being in his 60s, pretty damn good. But he's got the yips. Like, the right hand, you can just see it. Like, and so our buddy was playing him in match play at our Spring Valley Men's League match play. And I said, you want to piss him off, but beat him, make him putt everything. Because he legit, didn't him and another member get into it over putts not being given to him?
Yep.
Because he was making him hit like 1-footers, and that's a little disrespectful. But also, like, this guy will 4-putt from 5 feet.
Yikes!
Like, he'll start just yipping it around the hole.
I mean, if you have a reputation of missing those putts, you have no claim.
Exactly.
That's why I'm fucked every time I play with somebody that knows me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, here we go. Like but it does feel, and that making somebody putt it could also go extremely not in your favor, because then you, not only if they make it, then they're pissed off, then you're not getting anything, but also they, like Mitchell said, in the opposite way, they now have the confidence that they'll make those. Yeah. Granted, for me, my confidence never goes up on the putting surface.
Dude, this is the self-talk is why you miss these putts. You have to talk yourself into making those, not out of making them.
Dude, it's self-fulfilling for him.
Yeah. I'm just real.
I know. I appreciate your self-deprecating humor, but... I'm like, Spen, stop talking about how you miss these putts. Just stand over it and fucking make it.
Dude, so last Sunday when we played a little scramble up at Highland Meadows, shout out to that course. That's a great track.
It's a really good track.
If I played it again, I'd do much better. I mean, it was a scramble. I'd hit a lot better shots because there was a few holes.
We were both hung to the high heavens.
Yeah, I was the most hungover I've ever been until today. And then driving.
I haven't felt this way since last weekend.
Since approximately last Sunday. 100%.
Keep getting older. You're 1 week older.
Well, the thing is, last week I was asleep by 7 p.m. That's why
in the pool,
asleep. I had to be taken to bed. But last night I actually stayed up fairly late, but slept in today, still hungover as shit. But we were playing in scramble. I didn't have my fucking putter, so that was a step one of being. I left it in the shop.
What'd you use?
Just a combination of RKs, Erics, and Blazes.
Never seen anything like it, bro. Imagine you invite a ringer to your scramble and he shows up without his putter.
Bro, it was lucky I showed up at all, to be honest with you, with the fucking night I had. But so I on the 18th hole, which was our second hole, I just knew could drive 5-10 yards off the green. All we got is a little 20-yard pitch shot over the bunker. I hit a shot to like 8 feet. I'm like the last to putt. I leave it like fucking 3 feet short.
I was like, how did you not learn anything from 3 reads?
Oh, it was so bad. But yeah,
Spencer is like what we like to call the first putter at the scramble.
Yeah, that's because people will be like, oh, I think this is the line. And I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck what the line is. I'm not hitting that line. Yep. Like, I have to do it my own way. And they talked about it. That's, I think, why I love Will Zalatoris so much, because I can relate to him. Like, my putting stroke is a fucking half seizure when I take it back, for sure. But when they were talking about it today, like he obviously does the little thing, I don't know if that's intentional, unintentional, or he just can't control it. But they did say that he basically hits it with the toe and cuts across it. And that's one thing that's tough in a scramble is like, RK, you're really good. Mitchell, you're a really good putter. Both you guys are solid putters. So like I'm like, hey, if you line it up on this line, I have confidence in both you guys that you'll hit that line. Me, I'm like, well, fuck. I'm going to aim it left of that, slice it right of that, and it may go into the hole.
Yeah, there is something to like when somebody's like, "Oh, that line was wrong," and it's like, "No, you hit it too hard."
Yeah.
You know, like that.
This happens a lot with Allie when I'm trying to help her with putts.
Okay.
Because like, and it's just anyone.
Her and Kylie are just like hammer time.
Well, yeah, it's like, okay, so you need to aim it here, and then I'm like, you need to go a little further left, little further left, little further left, and then she hammers it, and it goes way left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I didn't know you were gonna hit it that hard.
Yeah. That's one thing you kind of have to do is like determine speed. That's whenever I'm playing in scramble, I'm like, how hard are you planning on hitting this?
Yeah.
Like, if you're planning on dying it, then obviously playing a little bit more break. If you're not planning on hitting it very hard, or if you're planning on hammering it, whatever, you know, you just have to match up speed and amount of break you're playing.
Do you think that's just like your own personal philosophy? Because I feel like I'm a diet-in putter, but is that good or bad? Like, is that better or worse? I feel
it
like
just
you end up
depends.
missing more short. With that.
Dying it in makes the biggest possible, like, you're not taking any part out of the hole because it can fall in either side if it's you know, versus if you are hitting it very hard, you have to pretty much hit it in the center. But then like, there's guys like Ricky Fowler, he's so good inside 10 feet, or at least he was in his prime, and he hammered every short putt. Like, if you're that confident in your stroke and that confident in your line, then there's nothing wrong with, you know, having pace like 2 feet past.
Yep. I think when I putt with those mallet putters, I can see why people hammer it in, because it's so easy to putt it straight with those putters. Like, and for the first time literally in 10 years, I'm considering switching my putter, because I got Allie one and I putt with it. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost impossible to miss your line with this thing. Like, it all comes down to pace after you just line up your ball and then line that mallet up with it, and it's just like rolls end over end every time.
Well, see, the other thing too is I can almost guarantee you hers is face balanced. So if you hold the putter up like by the shaft right here, the face is going to sit
flat
horizontally, which means the weight is distributed evenly. Yours is a very toe heavy putter. Like, if you hold it up by the shaft, it's leaning vertically down, like, so that creates a lot more face rotation. So then there's a lot more opening, closing the face, versus a face balanced putter is more built for a straight back, straight through type of putting stroke.
I've always wondered that, because I remember after I got my putter, Phil Mickelson kind of uses the same shape, or at least did back then. He was like, the reason I use this shape is because I kind of have a little bit more curvature to my putting stroke, and I was like, I'm pretty straight back, straight through. Like, am I using the right putter? And then I was just like, I bought this thing. I'm going to learn how to putt with it. I've been using it ever since and putting well with it. But
yeah,
I'm telling you, that thing is a laser.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever go back to a blade again. Just because, like, I just like the feel of a mallet where it doesn't tend to move as much, you know. And that's what's so amazing too about Will Zalatoris doing that with the fucking spaceship putter he's got. He's
got it anchored to his arm. Like,
yeah, he even does the thing with the. Have you seen what he does with his shirt?
Does he tuck it?
He takes his shirt and tucks it in so like he wants to feel
like
his
that connection
elbow, like,
right there.
Yeah.
And he still just got that bad of a move at it.
Wobbles.
We've got a comment
Relatable.
from Joel Brimolo here on YouTube. Dude, we feel bad for Will too, but the thing is, and like you said, he 100% will win a major in the near future. A good thing to do with majors is hop on the DraftKings Sportsbook when they have the odds up and bet a guy for all four of them. You know, because you week to week, you know, in their career or how they're playing that week leading up to it, you never know.
Yeah.
But I bet you before 2023. Well, that'll only give me 5. I'll stick with it. Before 2023 is over, so the Open Championship and then the 5 majors next year, Will Zalatoris will win one of those.
I think he will.
And so
But I think he's got to win a PGA Tour event before he can win a major.
Eventually, like,
Matt
you get
Fitzpatrick
this.
just fucking did it.
Okay, but he won on the European Tour. It's different.
Eventually, you just get this, like, always a bridesmaid, never a bride name next to yours, and then you start questioning it.
Well, then it becomes a
self-fulfilling
prophecy where you're like, am I that guy? And then you become that guy.
Totally.
But he's just, I don't know. It's been so rare in past PGA Tour years that a putter that bad wins anything.
Yeah, a guy that's 198th
I mean,
overall in putting.
Keegan Bradley is probably the last one that comes to mind that is a pretty fucking bad putter that won a major. Boo Weekley back in the day, he was one of the best ball strikers, one of the worst putters.
How does that happen? To me, it's so easy to learn. Like, putting is the one that you can practice your way into being good.
But I also think it's one of the more mental things.
That's true.
In like, it's hard to overcome mentally. If you start thinking that you suck.
Yo. I know, dude.
Like,
kills me every time.
Well, I will say I'm interested. Like, I'd like to talk to like Will Zalatoris' coach or just his caddy and see if it's at the point now where he's constantly working on it and it just can't get better, or he is like, okay,
he just like leaves
this is what
alone.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm obviously good enough to be in all these tournaments. I don't, obviously they're always working on their game, but it's more like, okay, all right, I'm fucked here. Why don't I just hit the ball and be the best ball striker all around the course on tour? Yeah,
kind of cover up all your putting is one thing that you can't cover up.
Yeah,
unless you're. Especially on a tougher course, because there is going to be 8-10 footers for par, unless you just fucking have the ball striking rounds of your life.
Yep.
And don't miss a shot all week, which is possible. But like what we've talked about with the U.S. Open, you hit one wonky shot, there's a bogey or a double.
Yep.
Like,
which is funny because going back to the conversation about giving putts, I always want to give stuff to guys because I'm like, I don't want to beat them off of them missing a 3-footer. Which is so dumb because it's like it's just as that stroke counts just as much as the one back there.
Absolutely.
But it does feel like if you and I played stroke for stroke through 18 holes, and on the 18th I made you show me a 2.5-footer and you missed it, like I wouldn't feel good about that.
Yeah, well, but see, dude, that's like for me, like when I look at guys that are. Your guys is like taller, hit it further than me. That's the only way
Your
I
advantage,
like. Yeah, that's my advantage. So I'm gonna get beat in other areas. So I need to take advantage of where I know I'm better.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
And it's also funny giving away those putts because sometimes it'll get out of control. You'll start giving away 5-footers, and if you're just, tournaments are real golf is won and lost.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. If you're just playing like tummy sticks with your match play partner, giving every 4 or 5 footer,
right when it's on the green,
quick raking it,
good. You both have 6-footers.
But the best thing is then when you pull out the like on 16 or 17, you're like, let's see that, and they like you get them in the mindset of just assuming it's going to be good, and then you make them hit that one. That'll throw some dudes into a tailspin.
Yep. I would say for anyone who is like just starting to get good at golf or like starting to bet with their buddies, when you aren't betting, putt those out.
Yeah.
Because for me, I went a long time in my life not putting those. And then when I started betting my friends and I had to putt them, it was like, oh God, this is intense.
You'd much rather get comfortable with it earlier.
Yeah.
You'd rather, and that's the thing, like it's,
also, if you end up missing them and blowing up your scores, it'll higher your handicap, which will help you.
Yeah,
in those
there you
matches
go.
Anyway.
Yeah, no shit. I need more strokes because I can't make a 3-footer. But there's another aspect to it also where, like anything in life, when somebody expects something, you almost don't want to give it to them. When somebody expects to like hit the 3-footer, you're like, oh, you're good, dude.
Yep.
But when somebody expects it to be given, you're like, fuck that. Like, let's see it.
You can see the body language, too.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as they leave it 3 feet, they look over to you to see if you're going to say that's good. You're like,
if they just walk up and throw a mark on it and start, like, lining it up.
You guys are just describing me so much. Like, I hit it close enough, and I'm like, what?
The worst thing you can ever do is say, is that
like,
good?
You got fucking lockjaw over there?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking crickets out here. Just silence. Let's see it. Well, and the other thing, too, is it's happened in the Ryder Cup. Or not the Ryder Cup, maybe the Solheim Cup. If there's a 6-incher, like, you have to vocalize technically that it's good, but it's so dumb. Like, one chick quick raked a 6-incher, and the other lady's like, I didn't tell you that was good. And so she automatically conceded the hole.
Oh,
like,
lame.
that shit's... That's ticky-tack.
Yeah,
like,
it is, for sure.
Yeah,
but you also got to know. You got to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can't assume. You definitely look like a dumbass, but...
One time I was playing in a tournament, and some kid's dad tried to penalize me because his kid asked me to move my mark. So I did. And then I moved it back, and he's like, I didn't see you line that up with whatever you call it, like a point of reference.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, that's a 2-stroke penalty. And I was like, bro, you can suck me. First
Here's
of
an
all,
idea,
what are you doing
blow
out
me.
here?
Oh, dude, one time I got penalized at a U.S. junior amateur qualifier.
And for what it's worth, I did line it up. I just did it on the green. Like, there was a dark spot right past it. So I'm like, all right, I'm lining it up with the dark spot.
Yeah. I was playing in the U.S. Junior Am qualifiers, 36 holes. I only made it 18. I was like, fuck this. Shot like 74, 75. I was out because I was sick, and I was going to Florida the next week to play in, like, the Junior Ryder Cup deal, whatever. But I got penalized. Like, one kid called a penalty on me because I had, like, a bad cold, and I hit it somewhere fucking wonky. My mom pushed my push cart like 20 yards.
Oh, my God.
And he goes, she can't caddy for you. That's a penalty. I was like, dude, I just in the interest of time, and I know it's not correct, but if it's safe, if that was my playing partner and it was helping us keep up with pace, I'd be like, do what you need to do.
Yep.
It's not like she's hoofing it for 5 or 6 holes with with my bag on her back. You know what I mean? She was just like helping me figure my shit out because, I mean, I'm 27 and I have no clue what I'm doing. Imagine what I looked like when I was 16. It was just all over the place. But yeah, there's definitely like ticky-tack.
Oh, that just reminded me of what did you think of the guy coming back to the tee box for a mulligan in a scramble?
Oh, that was a rough look.
Oh.
Yeah, like, if you can't have 4 shots that one of them's, like, relatively good enough on a par 5 where the pin was just completely tucked, no matter, like, we had no chance of getting close to it anyways. And yeah, and they're in a scramble, it's already slow as shit. This guy drives all the way back. He's like, oh, I gotta re-tee. We're like, dude.
I'm like, dude.
I've never, I think it's one of the most, like, empathetic, like, feelings in golf when you're standing on a tee and you see somebody heading back. Because we've all been there, you know? You're like, oh, and your head's, like, hanging. You're like, fuck.
My thing is, when I was in tournaments, I always hit a provisional if there was any chance because I wanted that rhythm shot.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I'm like, this is like if I don't end up using this is just like a free range shot.
Yeah.
Like, because, you obviously sprayed the first one or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to hit a provisional just to get another look at this.
I remember
thing.
we had this kid. I played against this kid in high school that, I forget what school he was from, but they showed up kind of late, so he didn't get to warm up. He had a provisional on every shot, and it was technically against the rules. Like, he hit one in the middle of the fairway. He's like, I'm going to hit a provisional. I'm like,
that's
but just to get, like, swings in. So I kind of felt for him, but at the same time, I'm like, you can't really do that, bro. But high school
like
me just didn't give a shit. Yeah.
Like, or is there an actual rule that's like it has to be?
I mean, it's all within your group. Like, if your group's like, yeah, that could be gone, then they can agree. But, like, you can't see your ball in the middle of the fairway and be like, I'm going to hit another.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and plus it takes forever. Because if you have dudes hitting 2 tee shots, like, bro, we're 2 holes behind. Like, oh, speaking of that, it was funny because Brooks Koepka got paired with, what is that kid's name? Was it Travis Vick?
The Low-Am?
The Low-Am from Texas. Shout out to him. Congratulations. I think that gets him a
golf name.
Gets him a Masters invite. Travis Vick.
Yeah, like
very like Texas like golf prodigy kind of name. You're like, yeah, that sounds right. But he was playing pretty fucking slow. Like they were, and he was looking for a lot of balls too. So relatable. But Koepka was just like ready to be done. You could see it, and Vic was slow playing the fuck out of him. Like. I don't think it was on purpose, but they were on 4. The group that had teed off in front of them was already on 6.
Oh,
and it was, I think it was twosomes. So it's not like there's a lot of fingers to be pointed in different directions.
Right.
Well, and have you ever heard Koepka's thing about how he gets bored on the back 9?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think
like 12 or 14, he just has to keep his
like
focus
blacks. He like blacks out.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's got to be some of the worst. Because, we all love golf. When golf is your job, it actually, makes you love it a little bit less. But then these guys, it's their full-time. Playing golf is their job. Like, I can only imagine how how boring it must be for some of them sometimes when they're
out.
completely out of contention. They've already won tournaments, so they know they can win them. They're not like a guy that's like, oh, if I jump 10 spots from 40th to 20th or 30th on a Sunday, I'll make this much money that I need.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that have the money and have been there, that's just got to be like the most boring.
But from a
They should have
play,
like a cash out option.
like
Oh my God, this is incredible.
Right?
We need to fucking bring this to the PGA
that is
Tour.
genius, dude. Like an early cash out on a parlay.
Right. So like, let's say they're with the position they're in. If they finish there, they make $35,000.
They can
Before the
take, like,
round,
half
the PGA
money.
is just like, hey, we'll give you 23. And
Yeah.
they're just like, cool, yeah, I'm out of here.
That's
That'd be so genius.
fucking
I've-
galaxy brain stuff over
but-
here on Big Drive Energy.
What I will say is, like, from a playing perspective, there is a lot of times where you can be like out of contention or whatever, but coming down the back nine, you can find something, and that can translate into the next week.
Yep.
Like, even if go ahead.
I think that's what Vasilevsky was trying to do last night.
Yeah, that's why they left him in.
Yeah, he also apparently has like the 4th longest streak for without being pulled
Oh.
in NHL history.
That's
so they're
a-
just keeping the streak. But I legitimately think he was probably like, hey, like let me just glove a couple of these, which he absolutely did not do. But
What was his save percentage, like 760 last night?
God, I can't even imagine. But they just kept beating him in the same spots over
Yeah.
and over. But I assume what he was like, I just want to get a better feel for the way the puck comes off these guys. Like, and there's definitely something to that, like getting a little bit of momentum. So
Oh, for sure.
And I saw a tweet today that I sent to all my buddies in Tampa, and it was, what time is it in Tampa Bay? 7 past Vasilevsky. I about fucking
so
pissed
good.
myself.
I saw that
was
one too.
Speaking of back nines, before we wrap this up real quick, Cameron Young had about the most amazing back nine I've ever seen.
When
from a
you
PGA
said
Tour
back
player.
nines, I thought you were going to do a manscapery.
That's the
Cleaning up
bottom
our
nine.
back nine. Anyways, go ahead.
That's
yeah.
actually a good point. Use the code BDE at manscaped.com and get 20% off. They got the Lawnmower 4.0. Phenomenal product. You can clean up your entire back nine, trim it down, get it clean.
And your front nine.
And your
Yeah.
front nine. Yeah, actually, just the whole, and at the turn too. That might be the scariest part. But
Is that the gooch?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
taint.
Yeah. That's
I
was just okay. I was just making
grundle.
I was just confirming what we're talking about.
That is the turn is the hardest, scariest part. But dude, you got the little light on there. You just get your legs real
What are
spread.
you? Are you in fucking Cirque du Soleil? How can you see that?
Dude,
What are you?
I'm pretty.
Are you a
flexible.
contortionist?
I'm actually not. but-
Everyone should be familiar with catching a buzz at the turn.
Exactly. That's what you do with
I like
Manscaped.
that.
So shout out to Manscaped. Go over to manscaped.com. Use our promo code BD and you're getting 20% off. They have a bunch of stuff that we always use on the golf course. Crop preserver. They have a foot preserver, which I need for sure. I have some pretty bad
Do they have
dogs.
any
My dogs are
socks?
barking.
'Cause it looks like you need a new pair.
Dude, this is, I just really love these socks. So let's not sock shame me.
Holding on to 'em.
Speaking of crazy
Sock
back nines,
shaming.
though, I did send this to Mitchell. Cameron Young shot 36 on the back nine the other day.
Okay.
Not a bad, right? 36, 1 over par. He was just about to make, or right on the cut line, so he probably needed a 35. He goes bogey, par, quad, bogey, birdie, hole in one, birdie, birdie, par.
Wow.
The most unreal.
Turn of events.
36.
For him to
I've-
go birdie after the hole in one is pretty
and
electric.
the quad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, my buddy Bryce made a hole in one last weekend at Estes Park Golf Course
Shout out Bryce Bowden. That's so fucking electric.
on a par 4.
Oh my god.
There's some short ones up there at Estes, so this was 268 yards.
Was it driver?
5 wood.
Okay.
Like high draw, couple bounces and trickle into the hole.
Could you see it go in?
I wasn't in his group.
Okay. Could they see it go in, or did they know?
No. One dude in the group was like, they were all like, "Oh my god, that's tight," and then one dude in the group was like, "I think it went in."
That's
So then they
nuts.
got up to the green, and of course they didn't see a ball up there, and they're just like, "Please, please, please."
Yeah.
This is electric. But he ends up shooting 68, round of his life. But after the hole in one, he went double.
Oh fuck! Gave it
So
all back.
He legitimately had a chance. If those are just pars, he shoots
What's the par there?
70.
Okay.
If those are just pars, he has a chance to shoot 64.
Yeah.
Of course, record is 63.
Wow.
So he had a chance to test the course record. If he doesn't,
that's
obviously
wild.
he's going crazy. They take like 4 shots. Right, there was a bar set up like right after that hole.
That's
So of
awesome.
course they like go nuts, and he goes double and still shoots 68.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Mid-course bar setup is elite.
Yeah. Oh, like snack setup.
Yeah.
Like, I love bev carts. Like, obviously that's a classic thing, but also like at your nicer places like CGC and like the Sanctuary's got it, where they've got these like setups between 4 and 5 and like 13
Yes.
and 14, 15.
Big like intersection.
Yeah, where you can just grab whatever you need. You know, you're not like going without anything.
Yeah.
So clutch.
Allie and I played a course in Cabo that was all-inclusive price. Every 4 holes they had what they called a casita, which had food and a full bar.
Oh, man.
And it was all included. So you
What?
get whatever you wanted every 4 holes.
Oh,
I'd be
I wouldn't-
shit-faced.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it through 18 at that
The worst
place.
part is we were having a great time, you know, taking advantage, getting tacos at every 4 holes, you know, tequila sodas, whatever. And then they started pressuring us to play faster. And I'm like, you guys have a fucking bar every 4 holes. You expect me to just... No, it was the ranger, because the ranger... Well, he was just like, hey, you guys are 2 holes behind. I'm like, no one else is stopping at these
Dude, we
things?
have in a few scrambles, like whenever there's liquor on a hole, we had a group let 4 groups play through them to stay at the 10.
Yes,
I
and you just
respect
know,
that.
you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, take your shot and go. Like, I get it. They took like 4 shots. They finished in like 6.5 hours. I'm like, this is not what I wanted to do with my fucking workday.
Yeah, I don't even like stopping at the turn. For
Oh,
food.
really?
I
I'm
know.
not-
It gives me anxiety. Because I'm just like, that hole is just open right now. And we're just
yeah.
in here in the...
I guess I haven't played 18 holes in so long. I don't even know what that feels like.
That hurts.
I think
me to
my
hear.
last 3 rounds were 9 holes, and that's been like the last month of my
After
golf.
work at Spring Valley.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn, bro, we got to get you out there.
I know.
I know. Well, so we need to get Mitch out on the course, but we're also going to get all of you guys out on the course here in the next month. Look for some stuff from our socials, at Big Drive Energy on Twitter, DNVR Sports on Twitter and Instagram as well. Some are saying that there's another tournament happening in the first week of August. There's also going to be another golf-related style event in the middle of July. That has been booked. I'm not going to fully release all the details right now because they are not dialed in. But as of this week, later this week, make sure you're following us on our socials and checking these out, because we're going to have a golf-related event July 14th, and then we have a golf tournament August 5th. So both these details are still getting lined out, but this next week you will see a bunch of that stuff come up on our social channels. So make sure you're following. Also, shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy
Yes.
Father's Day. Great day for Matt Fitzpatrick to give his father probably one of the greatest gifts he's ever gotten, because you know that Matt didn't get there without his dad's help. And not necessarily maybe being a swing coach. I don't know how involved he was, but golf's not an easy sport to play as a kid. It's not cheap.
Yep.
Takes a lot of time. So shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. You guys got anything else?
Oh, I just wanted to say, man, 100 episodes. Congrats to you guys.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
like
100. Keeping it 100.
watching you guys get better and better at this has been really sick. Like, even especially these last couple episodes, the ones you did with Sternad and Alex Singleton, the one you did with Moj, you guys have like fully hit your stride. I knew you guys were fucking hilarious in real life. Now you can I feel like people that tune into this show are really getting to see your full personality. So congrats on 100, and here's to 100 and thousands more.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny to think, we'll end it on this, just like how timid and shy we were when you hosted our first pod, and we're like, oh, I gotta really hope RK says something. Oh God, like fill this time. Oh God, somebody say something.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Mitchell. I'm like, fuck, I got nothing. I still do that.
You did that 2 weeks ago. But yeah,
I did.
No,
I did.
I
But-
mean, I was given the gift from God of just talking.
Keep going.
Was that even English? I don't
Yes,
know if my
your gift from God.
Yeah, I just fucking talk incessantly. So Spencer, whenever he his fucking
Last night you went mute on us.
yeah, I was. That's usually what I do when I know, like, I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but when I know in my brain that if I try to say something and it's just not gonna come out correctly, I just won't say it. So like when I just shut the fuck up, I'm probably drunk. I'm really drunk.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Or what are you fucking looking at me for again? Like you want me to say
You
something?
guys talked about awkward silences. And
Yeah,
how
Spencer's just, like,
you
staring at me, like-
manifested them.
with his mouth open.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, 100 episodes. It's been a blast.
First 100 down, a million more to go.
Let's go.
Thanks for tuning in. We will not have a live podcast this Tuesday because of this today, but we will have a guest for you guys the following Tuesday. Not going to release that yet because I want to keep it secret. We got secrets today,
Ooh, a tease.
and we're going to have a ton of stuff. So seriously, make sure you're following along this week on socials. We're going to have a ton of stuff released that you can sign up for. More great golf stuff. You know, the Avs are about to hoist the Stanley Cup. Then we got the Rockies, and we got golf all summer. So
Knock
make
on
sure
wood.
you're
Yep.
Everybody,
Let's go Avs.
feeling good. Let's go Avs. Peace. We'll talk to you guys later.